no, gracias. Progreso is a port city in the Mexican state of Yucatan. Located on the Gulf of Mexico in the northwest of the state, some 30 minutes north of the state capital Mérida. Progreso is one of the youngest towns in the Yucatan. Juan Miguel Castro, owner of several sisal haciendas, including an estate called Hacienda San Pedro Chimay, was the founder of the port of Progreso. He began urging development of a new port in 1840 to further the trade of henequen, also called green gold at the time. The town was authorized under President Ignacio Comonfort on the 25th of February 1856 and was officially founded on July 1st, 1871 as the Port of Progreso. On the 8th of January 1875, the first city council was formed and the town was elevated to a villa. Soon after, decreed a city by the state government, and construction of the city hall commenced. In 1881, freight and passenger rail service began, and in 1893, the lighthouse was opened. In 1936, the Danish company Christian and Nielsen began construction of the Malecón, the seawall, which was completed in 1947. It was upgraded in 1968, and in 2011, work began to rebuild the Malecón and upgrade the entrance to the port. Progreso is a center for both the fishing industry and the container industry. All containers arrive in Progreso and are distributed to the Yucatan, Campeche, and Quintana Roo. Progreso also is one of the newest ports for large cruise ships and an emerging balneario resort destination. Passengers are taken to shore to visit Progreso, Mérida, or the Mayan civilization archaeological sites of Uxmal and Zibilchaltún. Passengers disembark on a very long pier, the Terminal Remota, opened in 1989, that juts out 6.5 kilometers, or 4 miles, into the Gulf of Mexico. The length of this pier is to allow the docking of larger ships, and thanks to this, the state of Yucatan has had an outstanding development in the poultry, pork, and balanced food industries, thus permitting the import of necessary supplies at lower costs, thus positioning Yucatan among the first places nationwide in these industries. And at the same time, it has allowed an important growth of the maquiladora, meaning the Mexican factory industry in the state, that has taken advantage of the strategic location of the port that allows them to reach within 36 hours the most important ports in the United States and South America, creating an important source of work for this part of the country. With the passing of the new law of ports in 1993, the integral port management offices were created, thus allowing the opening for private investment in the ports has led to a rapid growth reflected in the drive of the economy in the Yucatan Peninsula. The remote terminal, in 10 years after it has begun, has shown traces of saturation, not only in the maneuvering yards and storage areas, but also in the docking positions, where it is common to see waiting lines. During the months of July and August, the beach is filled with thousands of mostly local tourists, as it is traditional in these months for residents of Mérida to leave the city and spend the summer in the cooler seaside environment. In its role as the hub of Yucatan's coastal communities, Progreso is something of a paradox. Its laid-back ambience is still appealing most of the year. Many North Americans and Europeans who want to escape their chilly winters are attracted to Progreso as a place to live part-time or full-time. They like the fact that there are restaurants, hardware stores, supermarkets, and a good hospital. All essential services are there. And of course, they are only half an hour away from Mérida and all its nearby attractions. Others, however, don't want to live in the hustle and bustle of this port city of 54,000 inhabitants. They prefer the smaller towns of Chelem or Telchac-Puerto, or the spacious beaches of San Benito or San Bruno, and use Progreso as a place to shop or dine. The beaches of Progreso are clean and the water a lovely emerald green, except at times during the winter months when the winds and tides of nortes steer up the water and toss seaweed on shore. There is also no undertow to speak of, which means it is a pleasure to swim here. Many of the restaurants on the seaside promenade, or the Malecón, have tables on the sand and will serve you there. What could be better than freshly grilled fish and a cold beer under a swaying palm tree? There are a lot of nice beaches in the towns in this area of the Yucatan Peninsula along the coast, such as in Chelem, Cizal, Chisulub, as well as Telchac-Puerto further east, etc. And those are all videos that are going to be coming up on the channel or have already come out, as well as more videos of the city of Mérida, which is a good place to live, kind of a home base to check out this part of the Yucatan Peninsula. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to see those other videos of the city of Mérida, I have a link in the description below this video where you can find all those videos of Mérida, as well as the other videos I've made traveling throughout eastern Mexico this time around in 2021. You'll also find in the description a link to the first time I traveled through Mexico 3 years ago, bicycling through the country, through western and central Mexico. That was part of a larger trip, bicycling through Latin America. I've also bicycled through Eastern Africa and Eastern Europe, and I have playlists for all those countries that I've bicycled through available on this very same YouTube channel, Hum of the Earth. Alternatively, if you'd like to see an interactive map of everywhere that I went and everything that I got to see and do, I have that available over at my website, followthehumoftheearth.com. Where you can click on the different locations and see the various blog posts and videos that I've made of those places. And if you'd like to follow my continuing adventures through Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula and beyond, you can do so by clicking on the red subscribe button and clicking on the bell to be notified when new videos come out. Alright, so that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one.